Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and we're rolling through early Ixalan preview season real quick. We have a bunch more cards to go over today, and if you've missed previous Ixalan preview videos, we've done 4 over the last 2 days. Click the first link in the description for all the Ixalan spoiler information you could ever need. Now let's get into today's previews. Hope you're ready for some more dinosaur/merfolk shenanigans, and remember, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, helps out a lot. Rough translation, Legion of Dusk Battleship is 5 mana for a 4/6 artifact vehicle with vigilance and a crew cost of 2. Talking about the card's playability first, 5 mana is a hefty cost, but it has nice stats, vigilance, and the crew cost is real low. This is certainly limited playable. Paying the initial investment isn't going to be easy, but once you do, 6 toughness creatures aren't easy to get rid of, especially in limited, and the low crew cost means you'll be able to activate it more often than you might think. Solid limited card. Now for my favorite part, the artwork. My goodness, that's a huge ship. Look how much bigger it is than the other little dinky ships. No wonder it has vigilance. No way for it to not just be everywhere. Great artwork, solid card. Pillar of Genesis is 2 mana for an artifact. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type. Pillar of Genesis is some sick tribal mana rock tech. Doesn't even enter the battlefield tapped. Great color fixing for your tribe. If we're talking potential standard playability, I think dinosaurs will get the most out of something like this. They have the highest converted mana cost of the tribes in the set, so they're going to need this more than anyone else. If that deck does exist, Pillar of Genesis has a real shot at being included. No real downside here besides obviously using turn 2 to ramp just dinosaurs, but I mean that's your deck. Pillar of Genesis is great, and of course, staple in Commander until the end of time, as expected. Bellowing Ankylodon is 6 mana for a 3/5 dinosaur with Enrage. Whenever the Ankylodon is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Whoa! Seriously? I mean, I know it's pretty expensive for a 3/5, but that's a huge but, and that's the least attractive Enrage ability I ever thought I could see. Who in their right mind would want to attack into that? I'll tell you what, this Ankylodon is unassuming as an expensive uncommon, but it's the real deal. Incredibly dangerous and limited, and if somehow a dinosaur deck with white is able to exist in standard, against any type of creature-based strategy, what a sideboard card! Totally abusive, stalls the board like crazy, 10 out of 10, wow. Deathless Ancient is 4 of anything and 2 black for a 4/4 Vampire Knight with flying. Tap 3 untapped vampires you control to return the Ancient from your graveyard to your hand. Now, I don't outright hate this card because recursion is always pretty powerful and limited, and 4/4 flyers don't grow on trees, but this doesn't have the sort of presence you want for a 6 mana card that requires 3 vampires to bring back, then you have to cast it again. A lot of work for a 4/4 flyer. Again, 4/4 flyers are great, and this is a fine addition to a Vampire Limited deck if you are desperate for a top end, but if you aren't, I'm sure there will be better options elsewhere. Kumain's Omen Speaker is 1 green for a 1/1 Merfolk Shaman. It gets +1/+1 as long as you control another Merfolk or an island. Oh, hello there. This is called a standard playable Merfolk. It's also called more evidence that Merfolk are going to be the real deal in this standard format. Something this narrow is alright for limited, but the best payoff is indeed a constructed deck, and considering islands aren't all that hard to come by, it'll be a 2/2 for 1 a lot of the time. Merfolk Aggro, add that to Pirate Aggro, and Ixalan is looking pretty dangerous. This Omen Speaker is strong. Enraged Gladiodon is 3 of anything, 1 red and 1 green for a 5/5 dinosaur with trample. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each other creature. Okay, 5 mana for a 5/5 with trample? It's already well within playable standards for limited, and it tremors the rest of the board when it hits the battlefield. Hot dog, this is a nice payoff card in draft. What a huge beater that can function as a removal spell or wipe the battlefield post-combat when everything is already in ruin. The best part about this card, though, you didn't forget about Enrage, right? Because this dinosaur triggers Enrage on everything. Remember, it's simply when those creatures are dealt damage. This deals everything damage. Get ready for the Enrage ride of your life. Great enabler, fair cost, straight up good card. The last preview cards we're talking about today we already knew were coming back, but seeing them, they are oh so pretty. The Checklands have returned: Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Dragon Skull Summit, Rootbound Crag, and Sunpillar Grove. All astounding artwork. Let's get that out of the way right now. Beyond that, we're entering a standard meta with the Amonkhet Cycle lands that have basic land types, which means that these dual lands are going to be even more potent than usual. Try to keep that in mind when deck building. There's a lot of synergy between these two cycles. Standard is losing land cycles that care about basics, and gaining a cycle that abuses the latest set of duels. Fixing is looking nice. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm sort of liking the way this preview season's going. Besides the whole dump at the beginning of the week that caught me off guard, seeing these powerful uncommons is getting me excited for the limited environment and for potential standard shenanigans. What do you think about today's revealed cards? How are the tribes shaping up to you? Is this what you expected out of Ixalan? Which tribes are looking the best? I ask all these questions because I need people to talk to, so for the love of Heliod, please talk to me. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the channel for the latest and most reliable Ixalan spoiler information you could ever need. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Ixalan cards are already up for pre-sale, and the first card I looked at, Admiral Beckett Brass. Love that old gal. If you want a copy of the new Crixus Pirate Overlord, you can grab yourself one right now for $5. Want to ensure you get the cards you want? Shop for them individually online right here, easy peasy. Just click the link, helps the channel, we all win. Enjoy.